Welcome, everybody, to the Utah Jazz postgame report here on the Jazz Huddle. I'm your host, Addison Resco. Along with me is my good friend Blake. And the Utah Jazz have yet again won their 14th victory out of their last 15 games. They have won again, 138 to 121, and have defeated Gordon Betrayward and future NBA star LaMelo Ball, who dropped 33, 36 points, something along the lines of that. LaMelo had a fantastic game, but it wasn't enough for the Utah Jazz, who hit a franchise record of 26 threes. Remember early in the season when the Jazz beat their previous franchise record of 25 against Milwaukee? Fast forward a month later, the Utah Jazz have yet again done it, and they hit 26 tonight, right? Or was it 27?
It was 26. It was 26 tonight.
They hit 26 three-pointers, beat the franchise record, beat the Hornets, and stay the number one seed in the Western Conference and still maintain the best record in the NBA. Blake, break this win down for us.
I will. So when we really look at it, the Jazz just had fantastic ball movement. They had 32 assists on the night, and that's compared to the Hornets, who had 26. Yeah, 26 assists. So you really see a big differential right there, and it also comes down to rebounding. It comes down to all that. But the Jazz were just moving the ball around the perimeter, and that especially started right after or right at the end of the second quarter, going into halftime. They started to really pick it up and move that ball around, and they went on a tear for the rest of the game.
Especially in the third quarter.
Absolutely, 37 points in the third. But it was the quarter breakdown for scoring for both teams was pretty well rounded, especially the Hornets. They were putting up great numbers, and this was a winnable game for them. They just had some issues putting the shots in right at the end of that game, but they played pretty even up to the Jazz up until that last point.
When a team hits 26 threes,
it's really hard to win.
Really hard to win.
You got to give them credit for sticking around, though.
Remember when the Jazz lost in the Nuggets and they hit, what 20-something, and after they hit 15 of 17 in the first half? It's tough to win games when teams shoot as well as Utah does, and Utah shoots this well on a consistent basis.
Which is outstanding. They shot at 52% tonight, which is insane.
That's amazing from downtown. And you also look at it, the Jazz also had some standout players tonight in Bogdanovich, who had 31. He made 7 three-pointers. Again, Bogdanovich really struggled in the beginning of the season, but he has really brought his game back to life over the past couple of weeks. Even in that game against Denver where nobody did good, it was really only Bogdanovich who was contributing to the cause. And you look at a guy like Donovan Mitchell, he had another solid night, another missed dunk for Donovan Mitchell, but he dropped 28. He dropped 28 points.
30.
You had a guy like Joe Ingles. Didn't score the ball too much today, but he did have a double-double. He dropped 10 points and had 10 or 11 rebound night. So a double-double for Joe Ingles, a double-double for Rudy Gobert. You had Jordan Clarkson, who had 12 points in the first half, was our leading scorer at halftime. Only scored 3 points in the second half, but still provided, again, the Jazz some very solid minutes off the bench. Uni played some great minutes off the bench as well. Just a real overall sound game from the Utah Jazz today. And we've got a tough one against the Pacers on Sunday, on Super Bowl Sunday. I'm excited for that one.
But I do want to talk about for just a sec, Rudy Gobert. He really owned the paint today. You had Rudy Gobert with 15 boards, and the starting center for the Hornets was Cody Zeller. He had 7. And that just shows you how dominant he can be when he has a center that he's playing who's not as good.
And Gobert also had a few nice blocks on the night as well.
Oh, he did. He had 3, and I mean, he's just adding to that total. But again, Gobert cramming in on those boards, and they had a lot of them tonight. They had 44 rebounds, which isn't up to their standard, but they still outplayed the Hornets in that category. But you really look at it, an all-around game for the Jazz. I mean, again, like Jordan Clarkson comes in and he made a few shots early, didn't really make much throughout the rest of that game. But Mike Conley also exited, and this is something that we will keep an eye on for you guys. But he exited the game in the third quarter, I want to say. Maybe it was at halftime.
At halftime, he didn't in the third quarter.
And he came out at halftime with a sore hamstring. Yep. So we will see what happens with that, and
What's
we'll make sure
happened?
to keep you
We'll
guys
keep you guys
updated.
updated on that throughout on Saturday. We got a game on Sunday against the Pacers, and I'm gonna be honest. Out of all the games that I'm most confident will win by double digits, that's the one. The Pacers have been
Well,
struggling.
they've just been
Did
in
they win tonight?
shambles because
I'm
they
gonna, I'm gonna
traded
check. I'm gonna check if
Oladipo.
they won. They had lost 4 of their last 5 coming into this. They did not win. They lost by 1.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm hoping that the Jazz can come out and play a really good game against them. But again, Royce O'Neal, my man, is playing fantastic defense night in and night out. Again, of course, he had to guard LaMelo Ball, and LaMelo Ball, such a shapeshifter with the ball. He's able to distribute
he wasn't
it.
really guarding LaMelo a lot
He
today.
was a little bit, though, off of
Little bit,
switches
but not too
mostly.
much.
Switches from Gobert or from Hayward to LaMelo. It's kind of tough to guard him if you're Royce O'Neal, because he just goes right inside and he goes right past your face with those stinking ball fakes. But it's really, really awesome to see LaMelo Ball coming out and swinging like he has in the league so far. Don't you think?
And he dropped a career high, and we still won by 17. That's
is amazing.
Impressive. That's really impressive for the Jazz. So before we do wrap this postgame up, let's get score predictions for the Jazz and the Pacers on Super Bowl Sunday.
I'm going to take the Jazz 115 to 108. Pacers 108, Jazz 115.
I'm going to take the Jazz 123 to the Pacers 110. I'm going to go to the Jazz, pick up a 13-point victory over the Pacers, win 4 straight before we have 2 tough tests against the Celtics and in the Bucks. That is all for the post-game report on the Jazz. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did, smash up the like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss any of our Jazz videos here on the Huddle. That is it from me and Blake. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you on Sunday for the Jazz and Pacers on Super Bowl Sunday.